What does the year 1991 mean to you?
For you, Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie one.
So it's a song, well, it's the date of birth of my mate who passed away about 10 years ago now. Yeah, it was just like a freak accident when we were younger, and I've been trying to write a song like about it for years, even in other bands, and it just kind of fell into place when we were writing for this. So it's just all about that, really.
Why did now kind of feel right for the time to write a song about it? Why did it kind of fall into place at this point?
I don't know. I think for this band as well, like it just seemed to like fit, and like the music that came about, like Scott came up with like a lot of the riffs and guitar parts for it, and I don't know, it just sparked something.
You spoke about it before.
I'd spoken about it, and then when I heard when Scott came up with guitar parts, it just kind of like jumped into my head and just flowed from there.
Is that when the lyrics kind of fell into place for it?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It just all came spilling out within like 15 minutes, really, and yeah, and it's a tune. I love it.
I like 91. Yeah, that's a good one.
Is it different writing a song when it's about an experience that has been with you for quite a long period in your life? Because have you spent quite a lot of time kind of thinking about what you want to say about it, and is that maybe why it kind of spilled out so quick? Or
Aye, it, like obviously I said I tried to write about it before, and obviously I've always thought about it. You always kind of think about stuff like that's happened in your life, and I don't know why it felt like the right time, but it just fell into place, really.
Does putting something like that into a song, does that enable you to kind of open up a conversation with each other and speak about it just in conversation more easily if it's already been tackled in the music?
We knew Josh as well, but like Jamie was friends with him. So
Jamie was closer with Josh than what we were.
We knew the situation. And I suppose it probably still fresh in your mind. Like it's something that'll never really.
It never goes away, really.
Yeah. So it was always there, ready to be written about, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the debut record as well, the thing about this album is it feels like not only a summation of everything the band has been up to this point, but also your lives. It kind of feels like it spans the whole kind of length of it, and you're packing everything in.
Aye.
Does that bring with it certain pressures? The fact that you kind of have to encompass everything that's happened so far into this one piece of work?
I don't think there was much pressure, but like
It's definitely more mature
yeah.
record compared to original EPs.
I think it was just like we needed to put everything we could into it for us to be as proud as we are about it, really.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time writing that record, so we knew exactly what we were going to be writing about. It was just getting everything down.
Yeah.
So we were travelling to Glasgow, recording down there demos every second we can for that record. So I had a good idea what we was going to be going for.
Even from like the last EP, we were writing the album during the last EP as well.
Right.
So yeah.
Was it strange recording in Glasgow when the record feels so tied to up here? Because it's obviously so kind of rooted in Aberdeen with the kind of experiences that it's articulating.
It was just like we were recording demos down in Glasgow because our drummer Sean, who's not here just now, he moved to Glasgow and he did like a music production course down there, and so like he had all the gear and the idea as well. So
it made sense for us to go down because we'd record for the day and go out at night. So
yeah,
it was good. It was
It's
good fun.
night out for us as well.
yeah.
So we worked hard, kind of partied harder.
Played hard as well.
What was the headspace like at the end of the day compared to the beginning? After you finished a day of completely working on music and being really immersed?
Fries your brain, like.
Emotionally draining.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
It's horrible, like.
To the extent that you don't want to do it, you just want to go and have some beers and whatever.
Yeah.
But then I guess saying that, it's also rewarding as well.
Yeah, if you feel it's coming together, you're on it. You don't want to stop.
Yeah.
And there's some days like you feel like, oh, we're not getting anywhere. And
Yeah.
it kind of just
Yeah, you get good days and bad days. as
dwindles away, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it comes and goes.
well. Like, when it is everything getting put together,
Yeah.
that's when you really realise.
Yeah.
How many demos did you write for the record? If you're down there quite a lot.
For the
For the album, I think we had a couple spare ideas,
Yeah.
not like full.
it was like skeletons. wasn't it?
Yeah, just like skeletons of songs.
They never really got much further.
Yeah, like I think as well with us, like when we're not feeling it halfway through like an idea, we'll just jump onto something else.
It's quite a short album, so like I feel like we wanted to make it a solid kind of short album instead of like having an album with a few like filler kind of songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we usually nip them in the bud earlier
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Packs a lot in though, even though it's got a short run time. Like it's a lot, kind of up and down peaks
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like really
Yeah.
emotional high points.
definitely. Yeah.
It is.
I mean, one of them that stands out to me is at the end when you've got Through Love and Death, when the drums first come in and it all kind of comes together and falls into place and you get smacked with the emotion like that as you're channeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At what point did those kind of moments emerge in the songwriting process? When did they kind of present themselves to you and what do they kind of come out of?
Well, like, Through Love and Death was pretty much written guitar for a start, and I'd written the skeleton,
Just you and a
lyrics
guitar.
and the guitar just in my bedroom, and then we'd take it to the band, and from the practice room we'd just start with the guitar and find out where the drums came in. So Sean would like bash out ideas, and it just comes from there.
Yeah.
Bass. follows
Everybody
in.
puts in their input, and then before you know it, you've got in.
We spent a lot of time in the practice room with
Yeah.
that song,
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
make it what it is. Yeah, and I'm glad how it turned out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
It's quite explosive when it jumps in. Like,
And part of the power of that song that comes as well from the fact that it's so simple at the kind of core of it. Like
Yeah.
it's a
Aye.
very kind of stripped down song.
Yeah.
You have the words and then you get hit with it and it's very effective in the way it works.
yeah,
Did it initially present itself like that to you or was it a case of building it up and then taking things out or?
Building it up and taking things out, definitely. Because there
we
were some.
kind of knew there was one. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
We always had the idea of it starting just guitar and vocals and then coming in. But we did try different ideas with like lead in, like
Yeah.
at some parts.
Yeah.
But then we just thought explosive into the full song.
When it comes to the track listing for the record as well, is that a similar thing when you're trying to kind of find those moments? How are you kind of piecing it together so that it has that flow to it?
we'd sat down and spoke about that, where we thought, like, it's something everyone talks about, how the record is like an emotional roller coaster. Like it goes from 1, 2, 3. We've been told that it works so well, it rolls. But obviously we meant it in a way, but not as much as what people
Yeah.
are saying it's like.
Yeah,
Because we can listen to the record and we've written it. We would see it different from what others do, obviously. And when people saying like it's so well put together, it was like, yeah, it was kind of hard hitting with it.
it wasn't until after we recorded the whole album is when we put everything into place.
Yeah,
And it seemed quite easy to do.
yeah, it kind of fell, did it?
Yeah, it all fell into place once we had written the album, the track listing. So it wasn't incredibly difficult,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Is that something that kind of emerges afterwards though? Like do you kind of get a new perspective on it once a little bit of time has passed from the completion?
Aye, yeah. I mean, like, we always knew like Blank Canvas was going to be the opener,
Yeah,
and we always knew that
It's a
Through Love
perfect
and
for
Death was
opener.
going to be the closer.
it's finding the middle ground, everything else.
Aye, yeah.
But yeah, the opener it is an opener.
It's a very direct opener.
It is direct, yeah.
Yeah, it's heart in your sleeve kind of lyrics. That's
It
what
is.
That's what we're good at. So
Has your songwriting gotten more direct with time, do you think?
I think so. I think so. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because the first EPs is,
I think the more bad things happen to us,
I know,
we
in
weren't-
between.
Yeah, we weren't scared to just say what kind of was affecting us.
And
So-
we also seen from fans' point of view that they seem to enjoy the direct.
Yeah, definitely.
So we thought, why not just go full out?
What you're saying there as well about you kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve at points in the record as well. Once you've been vulnerable in your music for the first time and you've written a song about a really important experience to you, does it then become easier to do it again? Like, does one song kind of lead on to another? Does it open up like a set of experiences, or?
I think it depends on what the song's about. I find it hard, well, in the new record we just recorded, I'm going to find it hard to sing a couple of the songs we've written. Every time, but I've seen myself on stage, like, it's weird, is it? Like, 91's the same for you, I suppose.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah, like, as far as writing goes, I don't think it gets easier, personally.
No.
But that's a part of the challenge, I guess.
What would you say is the bravest you've been in your songwriting?
Sorry?
What would you say is the bravest you've been in your songwriting?
What did you say?
I would say through love and death, in a way. Like talking to Sean about it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, obviously we know Sean well and everything, but you don't know how someone's going to take you asking them if we can write a song based
For you.
on a death of a family member for them. So, yeah, it kind of. Yeah, like we actually we wrote the song, like, lyrically, and we still had to tell Sean about it. So it was kind of a worry, to be
We were
honest.
just like, we hope he likes it.
He could have turned around and says, no, we're not doing it.
I don't want it on the record or whatever, but
Do you remember the first time you showed it to him? Do you remember what that experience was
Yeah,
like?
yeah, we were in the practice room.
yeah.
He was on the drum stool.
And he was like, we've got a song to show you, and he's like, okay.
So I started and they joined in and he says,
He said, is that about my dad? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, cool.
and
He said, yeah, I
one
like
more,
it.
one more thing he said, he was like, by the way, I was
Yeah,
18, not 17.
yeah.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So it had changed one line. But
Yeah.
How does that affect that relationship when you're kind of conveying some? Actually, is it different when you're conveying someone else's vulnerability in a song as opposed to your own? When you're trying to tell someone else's story through your kind of perspective?
I feel like you've got to, in a way, put yourself in that person's mind set.
you can never actually
No.
know what they're.
Like, we did
Going
ask
through,
Sean some certain things for lyrics and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, you've got to kind of put yourself. That's what I think, anyway. But
Yeah, I think the same.
Is it tough doing that? Try to put yourself in someone's shoes when they've kind of been through that pain?
yeah, I think so, because it's not directly your experience. You've kind of got to just, it's not guesswork, but like, picture yourself in their shoes, I suppose.
And hope it, like,
Hope it reflects a
yeah, decent.
decent picture of what actually happened and what they'd been through and stuff like that, yeah.
Does it feel different performing that one live to the others when it? Because that's the only one that's kind of written about someone else's experience, is it? It's not
Yeah, it
your
is.
own,
It's good. I love playing that live.
Yeah, as soon as that drop hits, it's like, you hear everyone shouting, it's, wow.
It gives you a good feeling playing that one live.
Yeah, I think it means a lot to other people as well. Like, we've had
Oh,
lots of
definitely.
people say, like, oh, and it means so much to them as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of them.
Does it change the way that you feel about it when you know that it's resonated for someone else and it's helped them through something?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. It's a good feeling knowing that people can find comfort in any song you write. Never mind, like, as much as it did to them, you know what I mean?